we are going to look at sort 47 from the Green Book. Now last week we did the prefixes re and un, and this week we're actually going to be looking at some more prefixes. So this week we're going to be looking at prefixes dis, three more, dis, miss, and pre. So we are going to be looking at words that have a base word that is its own word in its own right, but then we put dis in front of it to change the meaning of the word. So remember we had words like recycle. Cycle is a word, and then we put re in front of it, and it kind of means repeat or to redo, do again. Un means to undo, so we do something and then we undo it. It's the opposite, or reverse, opposite. Okay, re means to do again or repeat. Okay, now we're going to look at a few words using dis, miss and pre and see if you can work out what those prefixes mean. Okay, so let's look at the word mistreat. So you can see the base word here, treat, and we have the word miss. So what do you think mistreat means? So treat means how you treat someone, like how you handle the person or the animal. So you might treat your animal very well, or you might treat your animal kindly. What do you think it means if you mistreat your animal? Hopefully you can see that miss means probably not correct. Let's have another go. Misplace. Oh, why did you misplace your spelling homework? Place, misplace. So you've put something down, you've placed it down. Oh no, you've misplaced it. So miss, I hope you're starting to see the pattern here. This sort of means wrong or incorrect. Okay, let's look at some dis words. Okay, so we've got disobey. So our base word is obey, and dis, obey. So you obey or you disobey. Discomfort. What does discomfort mean? Hopefully you can see it is the opposite of comfort. I certainly would rather be in comfort rather than discomfort. So dis means not. Miss means wrong. I'll write these out again properly when we're doing our sort. This is just to teach you. So dis means not. So obey or not obey. Comfort or not in comfort. Treat, wrongly treat. Place, wrongly place. What do you think pre means? Let's have a look at some pre words. Well, prefix. Prefix, it's fixed, but it's prefixed. Let's look at another one. Preview. Have you ever been to a movie preview? It means you've watched the movie, but you've done it before. So pre means before or ahead of. Okay? So precaution, this is a good word actually, because you can see the base word is caution. Precaution means show caution before. So before the events happened, show caution. It sort of means anticipate the problems and show some caution before the event. Okay, so dis is not, miss is wrong or incorrect, and pre is before. Re is do again, and un is the opposite. Okay, so you can see that probably un and dis are similar meaning. So there's going to be some words that just naturally will have one or the other, because you don't unobey, you disobey, and you don't unagree, you disagree. So some words just naturally will use un versus dis. Okay, so we are going to do our prefix list, and we're going to sort our words into dis, and then the dash shows that this goes before, and then the dash is kind of like the word. Miss and pre. So I'm going to actually use my green pen to say dis is opposite. Was it opposite? Un was opposite. Well, kind of not. Let's just say not. That's easier, isn't it? Miss means wrong, and pre means before. Okay, so let's put our words in. Now I just want to talk about one word that goes in our miss column. The word is misspell. So you've misspelt something. Is it misspell or misspell? Which one do you think is correct? So we've got our base word in both cases, and then we've got our prefix, MIS. So which one has had the prefix correctly attached? Hopefully you can see this one is correct, because this one, prefix, is left without its own S. This one, the prefix, has all the parts there. So even though you might be tempted to think, oh, that looks a bit weird, double S in the middle of that word, it actually does need a double S, because one S belongs to the prefix and one S belongs to the word. So if you add a prefix that to a word that starts in S, you must keep both the S's. They are both required. So that was just something to point out. Okay, so we can disagree, we can agree or not agree. We can like or not like. Disable, disable. You can be able or not able. Disobey, we've already looked at. We've got discover, discover. This is kind of a fun word when you think of it, because you're probably really used to using that word and not really thinking of it as a prefix and a base word. If something's covered up, you can't see it, but then it's not covered up. Ah, you've discovered it, as in you've taken the cover off something to discover it. Okay, what about dishonest? That means you're not honest. Oh, how dishonest of you. You didn't tell me the truth. Disloyal. So if you are a loyal friend or person, then that's great. If you're disloyal, that means you're not loyal. Okay, we've got disappear. Appear. Actually, that's going to go right into my columns. I might squeeze these up a different spot. I'll move these cards. That's a good idea, isn't it? Okay, we've got disappear. So we've got the word appear and then not appear. So if something is appearing and then it's not appearing, it's disappeared. And I'll squeeze it up here. Discomfort. So something can be comfortable or discomfortable, or discomfort. We don't really say discomfortable. Okay, so I'll put the misspell Hope you don't misspell any of these words. That means you're wrongly spelling them. Mistreat, that means you're wrongly treating something. A mismatch means they're not matched. Now, meaning-wise, it would make perfect sense to say dismatch. They're not matched, but the convention is that we use miss. So some prefixes do belong with some words, although some you can mix and match. But you sort of have to go by what sounds right, because it's probably just what you're used to hearing. So hopefully you can tell that dismatch just doesn't sound right, or even unmatch doesn't sound right, but mismatch sounds correct. Misbehave means you're behaving wrongly. And misjudge. You thought it was a great idea to bring your pet hamsters to school and let them out of the cage and run around the classroom, but upon reflection you realised you misjudged the situation. So you wrongly judged. Okay, we've got a few pre ones. So we've got preschool, so that means it's the grade before school, usually the grade before year 1. Prefix, as we looked at, goes before, you fix it before the word. Premature. Now, we actually say, in Australian English, we say premature, but it's spelt the same. We actually just say premature. It means before maturity. So a premature baby is born before it's fully mature in the womb. So we say it's premature. So it's before maturity. Preteen. That means, you know, like a 12-year-old would be a preteen, not quite a teenager yet. Preview, we've already done that one. Looking at the movie before it comes out. Preheat. You might like to preheat your oven. You heat your oven before you want to cook something. Pretest. It's like a test you do before, and then precaution. We've already looked at that one. Now, we've got one little lonely oddball. Let's have a look at what our oddball word is. Okay, our oddball word is precious. Now, it does have these 3 letters of the pre, but is, I won't put my hand there because it might be on a wrong angle. Is shus a word on its own? No, it isn't. So that means even though those 3 letters are present as a prefix, it actually in this case is not functioning as a prefix. Precious is its own word as a whole word, and we need to include all of it there. Okay, so that's our one oddball word from that word sort. So hopefully you are now experts on un, re, dis, miss and pre, and you can attach all those prefixes to different words and see how to use them. Oh, actually, just before I finish, I talked about how you can attach these to different words, and mismatch doesn't work with unmatch, for example, but some words can go with lots of prefixes. So I'm going to use the word cover. We can have recover, as in I want to recover the leftover food and put it back in the fridge. It can also mean recover, like I'm going to have a rest and recover from my exhausting day out. You can have uncover, where you take the cover off something, and then discover, which sort of means to explore something or reveal something. So you can see that uncover and discover very close meaning, and that's because un and dis are very close meaning in prefixes, but we do use these words in different situations. But that's just a good example of where you can have a base word cover and use lots of different prefixes with it. But they do mean different things, so you have to pick the right one for the meaning that you want. Okay, so we'll leave it there. Have fun with your spelling practice. Bye.